Well, we all know what these are. Me old legs, so to speak. They're rusty, hairy, underused, under-exercised, and that's just my legs. No, these are pinball legs. Set of Bally Williams legs. What I want to do is, you've all seen, we've got height limitations in the man cave. I'm going to want to be able to put these on and swap them onto really Batman, and it not look totally ridiculous that there's a different set of legs on. So what they're going to go into here in a minute, and this is the not sand blasting, shot blasting, should I say? Sand blasting is something different. They're going to be shot blasted. It's going to take all the crap off, basically. We've got loads and loads of different colours here as well. I know what colour I'm going to have, but it just goes to show there's a massive selection of them. Now, once the legs, we're going to go for a little walk. Spencer's holding the camera there. We're going to go for a little walk. Once they've been sandblasted, I keep saying sandblasted. Once they've been shot blasted in there, then there's loads of ovens here. There's an oven there. There's a smaller oven here. If you actually have a look, Spence, you can actually see. Now, you get in. I'll get in. It's actually quite a cold day. Actually, it's quite a cold day today, but not in there. It's not. It's not cold. It's not cold in there. So after they've been shot blasted, we've got these guns here. Now, Spencer, you're not actually mic'd up. You can actually see, if you look in here, it's actually a bag of powder. Can you see that? Can you get that in there? That's actually the powder. Can you see that? Believe it or not, that's red powder. It's not. It's yellow powder, obviously. I'm just teasing. Couple of things hanging up here, which obviously are going to be ready to take a coat. Once this is blasted, that will be hanging up there as well. Then what happens is they get a green powder in there, and I believe the powder sticks to the metal because it's positively charged. Have I got that correct, Spencer?
You have indeed, sir.
I've got that correct. It's positively charged. After that, then a clear coat goes onto it, and there are so many colours to choose from. I mean, if you just split the camera there, you can see all those boxes of powder, that they're all different colours. All different colours. And what I didn't know was the clear coat that goes on, which the clear coat is what has the sparkle. The clear coat is also a powder. I don't know, I always thought it would be a resin or a liquid or something like that, but a clear coat is a powder.
It's powder coating, Chris.
Yeah, I didn't know the clear coat was powder coating, Spencer. Thank you very much. So anyway, it's really exciting. Looking forward to getting these done. While I'm here, I'm also getting a radiator coated as well, which is going to make the... well, I think the lounge will still look messy and covered in Lego and Playmobil, but at least have a grey radiator. Here we've got one of my very old pinball legs. Originally it was chromed, although it's hard to see that from now. If you look on the inside, look at the rust on this. So we're actually going to have this shot blasted now at extremely high velocity. What it's going to do is it's going to take off a lot of that chrome. It's going to clear off all the dirt, all the rust, which is the process that needs to happen before it can be powder coated, which at the end I want to get it to that lovely, vibrant, sparkly green. Obviously that depends on your taste and preference. You might think it's a sickly, horrible green, but I like it. Hey, Spence, he's got the legs.
Well, you can't really tell in those overalls, can you?
No, you can't. Come on.
Wow.
Yes, mate. I'm going to try and zoom in. That's great. That is great.
Wow. Just look at all that muck coming off it. They are cleaning up the throat.
I might not get them powder coated.
I think they might go rusty a bit.
They might. They might.
Wow.
That's cool. Look, that's quick.
How quick that was done.
Oh, it's really stark, isn't it? The difference.
Oh yeah, it's a marked difference.
Basically, so as you can see what we're looking through. Alright, look, just so as you can see, there's this big, well, it's like a shipping container And we're looking at Dave. Lost focus now, there you go, that'll teach me. There he is. Two down, Spencer. 3 to go.
3 to go. I have my arm around you then for a minute.
It does, nice, thank you.
People will get the wrong idea.
But we're wondering why we're looking through a little hole on a container with our arms around each other. This is a glory powder coat.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel slightly voyeuristic looking through this tiny hole. Watching the man slyly at work.
He's dressed up a bit like Juggernaut off of Deadpool.
He is. Reminds me of one of the reasons of Rainbow Six Siege. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah. Last one. I'll tell you, you've been counting.
I've still got a spare finger on one hand.
You do. Yeah, she saw that lifting off there, the colour. I mean, obviously we're only looking at this for a really small screen, so it'd be interesting to get the footage back, open it up on the laptop, you know. Wow, I love it. I absolutely love it. That's cool. Isn't it cool?
The first time I've seen this in this setting, to be able to look through a glass hole in the door and actually see the process.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I've got a saucepan at home with some stuff that's really burnt on it. I should have brought that along rather than wash it up.
Don't bring your crockery down.
No, oh, that is cool. How good is that? Okay, so we saw it through the looking glass, didn't we? Look at that. That's amazing. That's come up so well. That's brilliant. And you see that, Spencer? Put these little rubber stoppers in there. What's that for?
Well, basically, I think it's to stop the shot blasting from destroying the threads. They were saying earlier on that if you've got an exposed thread on something, the blasting is so coarse, it'll actually just strip the threads off it.
I mean, this is, I think they call this media.
Yeah, well, this is what they use for actually doing the blasting process.
You can see that. I don't know what focus length we've got. Basically, like metal filings. Really, I'm really happy with that. I mean, we're not going to leave them like that, obviously, but do they need to be cooked now? I think they need to be cooked first for a little while, don't they? And then before they're...
What they do is they put them in the oven, and that you're absolutely right, it does cook them. But what it does is it gets... it heats them up, so if there's any vapours in there or anything that needs to be burnt off before the coating, that's done, so that when they coat it, it's going onto an absolutely clean, dry surface. It's not got any contaminants on it.
Really pleased with that. Looking forward to the next stage, actually.
Yeah, I think the next thing we're going to do with those is to get the airline on them and get them cleaned up and get all the dust blown off them. Then it's into the oven.
What's happening now is they're actually going into the oven just to cook them off just a little bit, and what that'll do is, if you can see the flames and everything in there, is that's going to stop, hopefully, any bubbling coming up in the future. So Dave had a little cook-off in the oven. They definitely have. Probably shouldn't have touched it, to be fair.
I love the way you test it with your hands.
It's funny, isn't it? I don't know why I was going to say we all do that. I do that. Most other people just accept that it's hot and it's come out of an oven. Now I've proved it. What we've got down here, Spence, is we've got the dust, basically. That's the powder. And that's in a lovely green. As I say, it doesn't know. You might not think it's a lovely green. I do. You can see in there.
Oh my word!
It's very green. There's a bit on the hand there. Look, okay.
Nice.
In fact, there's a lot on the hand there. Anyway, so this is now going to get sprayed. So I think this is a really interesting process. That's going to get sprayed. It's positively charged, isn't it, right, Spencer?
So basically, what used to happen is they used to put a positive charge through the items, and then the powder would be sprayed on them. But these days, the gun itself puts a positive charge on the powder and it's attracted to the metal.
Amazing.
The metal is effectively grounded through that frame that it's on so that it sticks to it.
Excellent. I'm looking forward to this next step. There's the legs. Okay, 2 legs in the oven, 2 more legs in the oven. Right, so they've come out of the oven now. I've been told not to touch them because, well, firstly it's really hot and I burned myself. We know that anyway because I burnt myself over there, but I'm not looking at it, but apparently it's still a bit tacky at the moment. So it's been cooking in there for about 15 minutes, something like that. But I love how vibrant this colour is. So at the moment, it's just got the powder coat on it. This dries, and then the clear coat goes on, and that's when we're gonna introduce the sparkle to it. And just so as you know, it's for a separate video, and something different over here, actually having a radiator done. So this is radiator from home, which is, you know, powder coated grey as well. And you might be interested in that. I'd like the brackets done as well behind. So not that anyone, if anyone ever comes around my house and looks behind my radiator, I'll probably say, "Oi, what are you doing?" But I'm really happy with these. I'm really, really happy with these. And I'm now thinking of what exactly else can I get powder coated. What's really interesting here is we've got the legs, which are obviously green, the radiator, which was grey. So it's now got the clear coat going on. Now the clear coat, if you can see, it comes out of that machine just there. As Spencer pans the camera, there's basically a box of powder in there. Now in that box of powder, there's some glitter basically. It's a glittery clear coat. Now, you're probably looking at it thinking, hold on a second, that radiator's white. We've just had it painted grey and the same with the legs. That will die down, the vibrancy of the white will die down and it will just settle as a clear, transparent finish and it will just show up the sparkle. What it will really do is it will give it a shine and it will really give it a lift. I've got me, actually, they almost touched each other. Let me spread my legs.
Nice. They're nearly as long as yours.
They are, aren't they? I'm going in the oven. I'll see you next Christmas, probably. Oh, I'll tell you what. It's like an oven in there. My legs. Okay, there you go. They have been cooked. They are cooked. In fact, we've got a pair hanging up here, if you pardon the expression. There we go. Let's just turn that brightness down on that a little bit for you. there we go. So they've just literally fresh out the oven. Oh, look fantastic. Don't you see the sparkle in that?
Nice legs, Chris.
Thank you very much. Right, there you go. Out the oven. Looks great. Looks absolutely fantastic. You can probably see there some of the radiator parts there as well. Yeah.
Subtle spark.
Really vibrant, really vibrant. Oh, I'll tell you what, please those brackets got done as well. So no one will ever see them, but I'll know. That's the most important thing. Yeah, really lovely. And there you have it, the finished article, or at least sort of one part of it. Hopefully, the light can really pick that up. I was conscious when I was looking through some of the footage of what I got from inside Aurora powder coating that really the camera wasn't picking up much of the sparkle. It certainly looks a lot more sparkly in real life, so hopefully with the lights, on the indoor lights in this situation, hopefully they're picking that up a little bit better. But I'm absolutely delighted with the result, and I'm not surprised at all because I've used Aurora powder coating a number of times in the past, and the sort of things you can get powder coated are limited only by your own imagination. Well, I guess it has to be metal, but when we were there were so many things getting the powder coat treatment, not just my radiator and my pinball legs. I actually had the hinges on the pinball machine done. You might be able to see really, I've just got, this is a Sopranos pinball machine. This is all powder coated in red. I think it's a really nice way to lift your pinball machine, but somebody was having their garden chairs done when we're in there, bicycle frames, garden tables, all manner of things, household items, wheels, car wheels are of course something that I think people are aware that can be powder coated, but there's a lot of stuff while we were there and I thought, hold on a second, I actually thought that could be powder coated. Well, it can. Thank you very much, Aurora powder coating. They really were very, very patient with myself and Spencer, particularly Spencer, because he's quite naughty, really, isn't he? They were very, very patient with us, and I was really excited to learn the process, to follow him around with the camera, so I know I was probably quite annoying on the day. Hey, every day. But I thank him very, very much indeed. Aurora powder coating are based in Aldershot. And now I understand if you're in the north of England, you're probably not going to want to use Aurora powder coating. There will be a powder coaters near you, and I'm sure they'll do an excellent job as well. But if you are down in the south of England, then go and give Aurora powder coating a shout. They're really good. It's not just me saying it. On this channel, we've obviously featured the wonderful Terminator 2 and the Addams Family, which have been manufactured by Ant, that lovely lock bar, all that stuff. When Ant always says he gets all his stuff powder coated, he gets it done at Aurora. I think one of the great things about Aurora was something that made me nervous when I was ever going to go and get any pinball parts powder coated was that that one of the guys, basically it's run by two brothers. One of the brothers, Dave, he has a pinball machine. So if you bring pinball parts into, he's got a Playboy basically. You go, why not? I'll tell you that now. If you take pinball parts into him, he knows what they are. They look after them. You might even remember, if you've been watching the channel for a while, my Judge Dredd, which had all the wire forms powder coated. He'll do all of that sort of thing. You're not gonna take a load of pinball parts in there and they're going to scratch their head and say, hey, what the hell's this? What am I doing with this? They're familiar with it, and I think that's a massive help. Now, there are a number of other videos that we got coming up which will feature our day at powder coating, and but they're not going to really be relevant to pinball per se. It's a radiator and other bits and pieces that they do down at Aurora. But please go and check them out. I will be back very, very soon with something. I'm probably going to jump back on that top 50 again and get a few of those done before Pinfest.